What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. We live and direct, baby. Breaking news. Mike Tomlin, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers for 19 years, nearly 2 decades as head coach of the Steelers. He has now stepped down as head coach, right? And honestly, after that brutal loss that they took, like I didn't know if he would still have his job. The Rooney family, they don't change coaches up. They live and die by their guys. But like, I guess Mike felt like he might have felt the pressure from the audience, from the crowd booing last night, crowd upset. And I don't know if he felt like, man, maybe I need to just step down. Maybe the organization needs a fresh start. Maybe I need to find somewhere else to go. And he probably felt all of that like yesterday. Like, yeah, it's time for me. Last night, yeah, it's time for me to get up out of here. And he stepped down. So, and this is the thing, man, a lot of people have been calling for Mike Tomlin to leave the Steelers for some years now, right? He said, so basically the Rui family is like, what you saying? What you saying, Shay? Steelers fan, needed to be done, but here for the coping. Yeah, man, like I think Mike needs a fresh start. The Steelers organization needs a fresh start. I love Mike T. Got a lot of respect for him. It's hard to not have a losing season in 19 seasons. But how long can the Steelers fans hang their hat on that? Because I'm sure that's a great stat to say I haven't had a losing season in 19 years. But when you haven't won a playoff game since 2016, the fan base, they don't want to hear how you just don't have no losing seasons no more. It becomes a point of frustration. Like, yo, okay, we don't want to be getting in the playoffs and then a first round exit continuously, consistently. That's a problem for a fan base. And so now it's like, yo, we've had a lot of talent over the years, man. While Ben Roethlisberger was there in particular, they have had some amazing offensive talent, great defensive talent as well. So some would think, man, at least we could have gotten to another Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, AFC Championship game or something, right? We thinking maybe we can get to one and we can get that far, but that hasn't come. And so now when you've had years of this, you know what I mean? They've struggled with the transition from Ben Roethlisberger. And one of the problems is, unfortunately, Mike T has been good enough to where they don't have top draft picks. And they haven't been able to capture a quarterback in free agency at all. Most of the time, these quarterbacks get locked up. The good ones, they get locked up in deals, and they're not going to be on a free agent market like that. So they haven't had a successor to Ben Roethlisberger, right? And it hasn't been good. They've been good enough to make the playoffs, but first round exits, that gets tiring. When the last time they've been to the Super Bowl? 2011? 2011, haven't been to the Super Bowl since then. People looking like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? He said, step down is diplomatic, respectful way of saying we fired it. Yeah, you're right. They could have just say, look, Mike T, say you stepping down. We don't want to say we're firing you. We don't want to we don't want to have that on your name. Just say you're the one that's stepping away from the team, and it looks better to say, hey, it looks better. It's like, when you about to get fired from a job and you just immediately leave, it's better for you to leave than to get fired. And they probably look at it like, yo, man, let's just say you got up out of here and it's done. He said, nah, the Steelers don't fire coach. And that's true, though, right? The Steelers, the Rooney family, they do not move off of their guys. They stay strong. This is not an organization where it's a round robin of coaches. It's not one of them situations, but I think Mike T felt the pressure too. Like, damn. He felt like, damn, the fan base is really looking at me funny style. And it's only so long I can be here with just getting first round exits. And it's so crazy. Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, the end of their era happened in the same season. Now we will see what's happening for both franchises going forth, right? They're saying Harbaugh, he didn't want to He didn't want to let go of Todd Monken. And they said that was basically that was the deciding factor, not wanting to move on from Monken. He didn't want to part ways with him, so they say we're gonna part ways with you, right? So I'm wondering what's the new direction for the Steelers and for the Ravens. If they swap teams, though, if the Ravens get Mike T and the Steelers get Harbaugh, like what the hell? Is this a swap for swap? Is this a we ain't tripping? We'll swap it out, swap it out. Is it right? Is this one of them situations? We ain't tripping. We'll swap it out. It might be one of them swaps. Unc, what's going on, Unc? You said he didn't pick up Shedeur Sanders. Tomlin had always been shady, like Ryan Clark. Oh my God. Hey, but I'm not gonna lie. I was shocked when they didn't draft Shedeur. I was. Considering the options that they had on the table, I guess he figured we gonna get Aaron Rodgers. But y'all, like, I'm not gonna lie. This we probably seen the end of Aaron Rodgers. We've seen the end of Aaron Rodgers more than likely. I don't think Aaron Rodgers want to go. But yo, look at it. They look like they were about to cry last night. They look like they was about to cry last night for real, man. He said Mike got the call. What did he say? Mike got the call from the Ravens and said, I quit. He said, let me go on over here with this boy Lamar Jackson. Let me get over here with this young boy, man. See if we can make something crack over here. But if they swap, I promise y'all I'm going to laugh like crazy. Chicken Chow Man say 19 years at the helm is respectable. It's more than respectable. That is amazing. So I doubt Tomlin will go to the Ravens. Steelers coaches don't do second acts after retiring from Pittsburgh. Yeah, like Bill Cowher was gone. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Mike T, do he want to just chill out with his family? Do he want to go make some more paper? So we smoking y'all next Sunday, Mac. Be ready. I rock with Caleb, but the end of the playoffs run gotta come. Rams Nation. Hey, listen, boy, if we put y'all in a wood, I'm gonna come on here talking crazy. If we beat y'all, I might come on a live stream with a jersey on. So yeah, we gotta be sharp though. Defense, man, this is when I wish we had the monsters of the midway defense. Because I promise y'all, if we had Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs, Adewale Ogunleye, Tommy Harris, Peanut Tillman, Nathan Vasher, them, oh man, this would have been the perfect season for us. But unfortunately, we have a very opportunistic defense. So they have to get turnovers. They have to be resilient, I said Puka about to cook. Yeah, that's the problem. They're like, see, Bears, man, very opportunistic defense, man. They're not getting turnovers. That's why I was so shocked the way we were able to stop Green Bay in that second half of that game. Because over the course of this season, and we haven't been able to stop people. It's just that we get a lot of momentum and we get turnovers and the momentum swings in our favor. Yeah, TJ Edwards injury is rough, man. But look, if we beat the Rams, oh my God. Y'all might see me take a drink on here. And y'all know I don't drink. But yeah, man, let's get back to Mike Tomlin. Tomlin under contract still. He can't just leave without the Steelers getting picks for him. Yeah, Juice, he said, Mills, my Chicago brethren, what's happening? But Mike Tomlin is the most successful black coach we've had in any sport, I believe. Well, what other black man got 19 years with an organization? Well, yeah, you're right, because Marvin Lewis did not win he didn't win the Super Bowl, right? And how long was what's my man name? Marvin Lewis. How long was Marvin Lewis? I said Williams. How long was Marvin Lewis with Cincinnati? I don't think it was 19 years. Maybe like how long was Marv with them? I feel like it took a long time for them to move off Marv. Said Tony Dungy was more successful, in my opinion. Tony Dungy. Yeah, I mean they both got a Super Bowl apiece. And they always say that what's the John Gruden really? He won with Tony Dungy's team. His, the team he had set in stone and put together. But yeah, said Zach Taylor is the last coach standing in the AFC North that was not on my bingo card. Yeah, Marvin was over there for a minute. Said Tony Dungy got to coach in several organizations and was successful. He's the closest. Yes, I do believe that 100%. Mike Tomlin, Tony Dungy, and Doc Rivers up there when it comes to black coaches, even though Doc gets clowned. Well, we know why people be getting on Doc head. Say Marvin only stuck around that long because he was willing to accept the bare minimum from the cheap ass Bengals franchise. Yeah, and as a black man, I don't ever want us to be taking less than acceptable. But I guess they were saying, well, Marvin, you ain't really making no noise in the organization. So, like, hey, take it or leave it. So Marvin was coach for 15 years. 15. I got you. 15. Same can be said for Tomlin because he won the Super Bowl in his first year as head coach of Bill Cowher. Yeah, a lot of people do say that was Bill Cowher's unit, for sure. Said Lovie Smith. I'm trying to remember how long was Lovie with us? 8 or 9 years, maybe. How long was Lovie with us? Was it 8 or 9 years? Something like that. Yeah, we in Chicago, we love Lovie. We might not have had a dynamic offense, but we had a scoring defense and a scoring special teams. And all the guys bought in to whatever. When Lovie was out there, whatever Lovie had going on, they all bought in. And we got to thank Lovie for the draft for Caleb Williams because we got that. Didn't we lock up their first pick due to the Houston Texans winning that game? Due to the Texans winning that game. I mean, Lovie got us to the Super Bowl. And Lovie got us to the Super Bowl and the defense was outstanding. So if you're looking at all sports and Eddie Robinson, yeah. Now on a collegiate level, Eddie Robinson for sure. I think Juice was talking about on a professional, on a pro level. So Lovie just didn't get the longevity Tomlin had. Same can be said for Jim Caldwell. He didn't get time to cook for sure. Said, bro, Devin Hester was an alien. Tell me about it. I remember when we first got that. I don't even know if the Bears really knew what they had. I didn't know until we started seeing a brother return punts over and over and over again. Yeah, Devin was going crazy. I mean, like, what? I remember that Monday Night Football game against the Arizona Cardinals. The Bears are who we thought they were. And we let them, we let them off the hook. He was mad as hell. But yeah, man, I think it's going to be an interesting thing to see what happens with the Steelers and the Ravens going forth. Some say Mike T to Atlanta because they got rid of Raheem Morris. So like some say put Mike T in Atlanta. Said, bro, hypest moment ever at Detroit Super Bowl party when he returned that kick. Hey, that was crazy. All of us was like, damn. And I'm gonna go live stream later. I'm gonna have a live stream about what's her name, Lynn Jones. We're gonna talk about that whole situation with her talking to Liam Cohen. Said only OG left is Andy Reid. Yeah. Oh, Andy didn't bought his. He didn't earn his cachet though to be around for a long time. Him and Patrick Mahomes, they done ran all 3 Super Bowls together. So yeah, Derek, be quiet, coming up here talking crazy. This is what the fan. Yeah. So yes, we need to talk about Auntie Lynn. Yeah. I'm gonna do a whole separate live stream because there are a lot of individuals. I'm gonna tell black folks. You have to be very careful about giving white supremacists credence to get off on other black people. Because it was black critics of Lynn Jones as well. It was black critics of her too. Shady McCoy. And we gotta come on, man. As somebody who works in the media, Lynn wasn't supposed to do that. Man, that was not that big of a deal, bro. She was just giving encouraging words. Like, I mean, I've seen media members say crazy I've seen people say ridiculous stuff in the media. Ridiculous. I've heard them say ridiculous things. Speaking positivity into the coach, that's not a bad thing at all, man. But when you see, again, you got to be very careful. It's like, yeah, it's okay to be human. Like, and let me tell you this too. A lot of these athletes be killing me because they be acting like we don't want no participation trophies. You know what I'm saying? And then quietly, they ass be great with them season awards that they get, and they don't do shit during the season. They be great with individual awards. They be saying stuff on like in front of people in public that they don't mean behind closed doors. Oh man, these awards don't mean nothing. We didn't win. They be celebrating them damn individual awards, lying their ass off. And that's why athletes be killing me. They do that a lot. Like, that's why I ain't gonna lie. When Cam Newton said he loved that like that MVP award, like, yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you love them Pro Bowls and all pro, making them all pro teams. It gets you more money. They'll get in front of the camera and be lying on all of that. So all it is, like Shady McCoy say, no, he said he didn't say participation trophies. He said something like he said the wrong word. I gotta go look it up. But anyway, though, I'm gonna get to that later on. But athletes be killing me because they act like, oh, we don't do this. We don't do these participation awards. Like, bro, yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do. Y'all say that so y'all can seem like y'all just, oh, we don't care about nothing. And stop lying. But anyway, he said, all honesty, Tomlin as head coach is the same level as George Seifert. Good head coaches, but had tall orders to fill because of Chuck Noll and Cowher in Tomlin's case, and Bill Walsh, Seifert. Cub was going in on Tony Atlas. Oh, what? Tony Atlas is what? Let me tell you something. That is a butter biscuit eater if I ain't never seen one. Tony Atlas, oh my God. If that was my grandfather, I'd be so ashamed of him. Like, and I'm gonna do I have a lot to talk about, y'all. A lot. And yeah, we gonna get to a lot of the black wrestlers and how they Donald Trump. That's y'all boy Derek Lewis. He's very annoying. Very annoying. But you know, people be, oh, we love us some Derek Lewis, not Derek. People love them some Derek Lewis. Hey, he another one. But anyway, yeah, that's how they make money, getting them awards. They be lying. Like, stop lying. You do care about them all making all pro teams and Pro Bowls and stuff. That gives you leverage to get some more paper. So we not finna do that. But anyway, though, yeah, man. So doesn't Tony Atlas have a foot fetish? Of course he does. But yeah, Cowher was head coach in Pittsburgh for 14. Cowher was head coach in Pittsburgh for 14 or 15 years, and he got that one Super Bowl and dipped out because he couldn't justify sticking around any longer at that point. That's why he won the big game and was gone. Yeah, like, man, it's been Mike Tomlin won so early in his tenure that, like, now after winning that one, it's like people getting like, yo, what? They getting antsy. We need to win another one. And then when you consider the talent that they've had, it's a lot of people that be like, yo, what's going on? Why we can't go ahead and win again? They need to hire Dion. Yopstick, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He out here talking crazy. I know you playing. No. Tomlin is a great motivator, but not the best tactician. So are you calling him John Calipari? Is that what you calling him, Reverend Rev? Are you calling Mike T John Calipari? Or Calipari? How are you calling him that? Because that's been my entire criticism of John Calipari. Like, he be having all the talent in the world, but he's not really good at X's and O's. He's a great motivator and all of that. He's a great recruiter. But if the game come down to X's and O's, he not gonna win them games unless the players on the court just do something spectacular. So yeah. He said, to be honest, Mike Tomlin never had a legit quarterback. I mean, yeah, they never moved on. They never, what's the word? They never transitioned from having Big Ben Roethlisberger. So you had guys like Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky over there. What's the other boy name? Kenny Pickett. You know, you had all these other different guys over there trying to get it done. Then you got an older Aaron Rodgers. That's not the Aaron Rodgers that was in Green Bay. It was not, man. It was known publicly. Robert Kraft wanted Vrabel. Gerard Mayo was holding down the fort. Oh, yeah. He was a placeholder. And that made me mad, too, because don't be hiring black coaches just to say we got one over here. And we didn't put it in the Boston area. So that was their way of saying, yo, we not a racist organization. Let's hire him real quick. And then we know you ain't going to do that good. So let's go ahead and get So yeah, man. You know, a lot of the Pittsburgh fans are thanking Mike T for the run that they've had. They've appreciative of everything that has come that he's, helped to bring forth in the organization. But yeah, some of they all have their one African American. There's my African American. Now, a lot of people gonna say, the Steelers gonna find out the grass not always greener on the other side, right? But see, you're gonna have other people saying, yo, we be getting crushed in 7 straight playoff games, getting destroyed. So to them, they're gonna say that's not the standard in Pittsburgh. So it's just like you find out, like when we moved off Lovie Smith, the Bears organization, it took us a while for us to recoup. Now, I mean, we had Matt Nagy, that 2018 season, and after that, everything went downhill for Matt Nagy. After that, things went downhill for Matt Nagy. Right after that 2018, we went 12-4, I think, and then the double doink happened. Cody Parkey, the field goal situation. Yeah, we went through John Fox, Matt Nagy. What's the other one we had? Mark Trestman. We went through we just went through a big transition. Eberflus, trying to find guys, trying to find a right fit. Luckily, luckily Ben Johnson was available. It's been the best fit for us. Since Lovey left, it's been the best fit, hands down. But it took us a while to try to get it right. And luckily, Ben Johnson was around for us to get that. He didn't have a head coaching position. Because who knows what would have happened to Caleb Williams under a terrible coach again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need the proper coach to help develop a young quarterback. So yeah, we don't know what would have become Caleb Williams. What would have come of him had we had somebody else? At first QB y'all had since McMahon. And technically, Jim McMahon, he was cool. He was tough, but he wasn't like a world beater for real. He was cool. But the Bears was winning with their defense, their Walter Payton. I mean, he was solid, but he wasn't like outstanding. And so Caleb is better than Jim McMahon as a QB, statistically speaking, right? So yeah, man, it's been a long time coming, man. So I get what some people saying, like, yo, the Steelers gonna find out the grass ain't always green on the other side. Steelers fans gonna find that out. So yeah, I mean, we shall see. Bears haven't had a quarterback since Mike Ditka played. I don't even know who was throwing the ball to Mike Ditka. I have no idea. I have no idea who was throwing the ball to him. When was Sid Luckman the quarterback for the Bears? I don't know when that era was. That's how much I don't even care. When they be like, Sid Luckman for the Bears, I don't even try to look for no Sid Luckman jersey. None of that. I think that's when they had the leather helmets. When Sid Luckman was out there when they had the leather helmets going on. If it ain't greener, purgatory ain't fun either. Tomlin needed to go. Yeah, I mean, time for a fresh start. 1939 to 1950. Okay, got you. I'm like, 'cause when the hell was Sid Luckman the quarterback for us? As a lifelong Steelers fan, thank you, Coach Tomlin, but it was time. Yeah, everybody need a fresh start, man. Both the organization and Mike T. So I've been a Steelers fan since 1979. Gotcha, that's real. That's real, man. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I remember when the Dolphins didn't want to hire Mike T because they felt like he was too hip hop. And I was like, what the hell was hip hop about Mike T? He black. Too damn black, all right? He's got the little afro going on. He looks like the guy from the black movies. Omar, he looks like the guy from Juice. The movie with Tupac. He looks like that other guy. We don't need him over here. He's little too urban. He's a little too urban for our taste, for our flavor. That's what the Dolphins said. Um, Chicken Chow Mein say, I can tell you what the Steelers are going to do because they always have the same formula. The new coach is going to be somebody between the ages of 35 to 40. They've been doing that since 1969, and they believe in that. Yeah, they find a guy that they can have there for the long haul. They're not going to get an old guy that's in their 60s, late 50s. Like, I mean, maybe you're right, maybe not. Because I sure was thinking about Harbaugh, but I'm like, I said Harbaugh or John Harbaugh earlier on in the live stream, but you're right. They always get younger guys, somebody that they know can stay for 20 years if necessary. Jabari say, hey, Mac, you think Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur are going to throw hands next year? If Matt LaFleur keeps his job, which it looks like he might, because he ain't got to let go yet, they just might. We might see this shit turn into, what's our boy name? Yo, yo, yo. What's the yo, yo, yo? Oh, Coach JB. You might see, it might turn into a Coach JB situation on the court where everybody hollering out all type of motherfuckers and BITCHs all across the field. It might be one of them situations. You know, I call Coach JB yo, yo, yo. Because he loved the yo. He yo 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 it up all the time. Homeboy, homeboy. He one of them white dudes. He, you know, homie. Every word is homie. That we need to get a Super Bowl with Lamar. Unfortunately, man, I hope Lamar them can get back. I feel like, man, the Ravens had a window where they were supposed to win for sure. And then sometime they come back around, right? Like 2018, that was the year for the Bears to try to do something in a playoff run, and we lost due to Cody Parkey missing a field goal. I feel like 2023 was the year the Ravens were supposed to do it, right? So now they got to figure out a way to get back. They got to figure out a way to get back for sure. Marcus, what's going on, man? What's going on, family? Say Jay. Yeah, Jay Cutler was he was very talented, great arm strength and all of that. He just didn't care. He didn't care whether the Bears lose or won. He didn't give a damn. He like, I'm getting a check either way. Cut the check. I don't care what's going on. I'm getting that bag. It is what it is. You right. Look at John Elway. True enough. Windows can come back around when you get the right talent around you. He had Terrell Davis, Shannon Sharp, had the right guys around him, and they was able to get two in a row. So you're right. Windows do come back around. So that's very true. So I heard Cleveland has a coaching spot. Woo! If Mike T come to Cleveland, turn Cleveland around, that'd be a beautiful story. And he coaches up Shador Sanders. That'd be a beautiful story. So I wish it could be Eric Bieniemy, but he's too old for Pittsburgh. But it would be some assistant coach and not somebody who's already been a head coach. Yeah, Bieniemy over in Chicago. He here in Chicago. I think Bieniemy is a running backs coach. So yeah. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. What y'all talking about? Not enough to dive on the ball. And is that a Cam Newton reference? I like Eric Bieniemy with the Ravens. We'll see, man. We'll see. Now, somebody else is people saying they want to see Mike Tomlin in Atlanta. Now, if Shedeur Sanders is, yeah, the game Shedeur in Atlanta, oh my God. I know black folks gonna act a fool. Black folks gonna show out. Shedeur Sanders in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh man. Prime gonna be at every game. He still got the Colorado coaching job. He gonna still figure out a way to be at the games. Everyone. Now I'm looking at all the sports shows now, trying to see what's going on, what's shaking. At this point, Bieniemy will never be a head coach. It's looking like it, right? He gonna always be a position coach or a coordinator or something. Damn. Said no Mike Tomlin. You saying no Mike Tomlin in in Cleveland with the Browns. He said, yeah, when he took that step back to be a Washington's coordinator and then UCLA, I knew it was over. Yeah. You got to go for that head coaching gig, especially when you got the resume that Bieniemy got. He said, I hope he do go to Atlanta. Kale Paul, it's not Atlanta. Gwinnett, it's not Atlanta. What's old girl name that was doing that song? She said, it's not Atlanta. Not is not Atlanta. It's not Atlanta. Kale Paul, it's not Atlanta. You don't draft Penix in the first round and ship him out for Shedeur. Oh, you said right. No Tomlin with the Ravens. What's up, Mac? I figured Mike Tomlin was going to step down from the Steelers. I didn't even think he was going to step down. But hey, you heard the fans and stuff yesterday. So, man, it was going to be a lot of unrest within the organization. And I feel like yo, let me go ahead and let me get up out of here and make the decision for him. Now, some people in the chat feel like, yo, they basically urged him to just step down as a respectable move for him. So it looks more respectable when you step down versus when they fire you. So some say they feel like the Rooney family encouraged him to just step down, and then he can move on about his way, and he leaves with dignity. He leaves with pride and dignity, saying, "I left the team. I feel like they could have had somebody better to lead them going forth." So yeah, who do I think is the top candidate for Pittsburgh? I don't know. I don't know, man. Who y'all think? What NFL team you think got the coldest throwback jersey? That's a great question. You know who got the coldest apparel though? Like team apparel, like vintage apparel. I love the Miami Dolphins, like the vintage, them starter jackets and stuff. That shit is fire. I'm not gonna lie. They're orange and what color is that? Turquoise? What is that? Man, what? I like they throwback apparel. It's fire. Who got the coldest throwback jerseys though? Hmm. Brian Flores. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. bad, y'all. Whoa. Let's see. Now I'm back, but I didn't messed it up now. Hold on. We gonna see what's going on this side of the game. Cause I didn't messed up my dang on video link. And now y'all can't see me. I be getting too many phone calls, y'all. Oh, there we go. There we go. We back. We back again. Oilers. Oh yeah, the Oilers. Oh, hold on. Yes, the Kelly Green Eagles jerseys. I love them. You're right. I love them the Kelly Green Eagles jerseys all the way. My bad, y'all. Like I said, my family be calling me, and they don't be knowing I be going live. I gotta start sending out like a little message when I'm going live so my people can know. But I have to answer their calls though, because you just never know what's going on, man. You got to make sure they straight out here. The Miami Dolphins throwback apparel is fire. Bengals, Oakland, said Minnesota throwback jackets, yeah. Now I like the Giants. The Giants throwback apparel, yeah, I like that. The Giants apparel fire. That's they dope. That's dope, man. I'm looking at y'all comments. I'm not sitting here with like dead air. I'm just looking at the comments that y'all leaving, trying to just see. I ain't make sure I ain't missing nobody. Charlie X say I got the royal blue. I got the royal blue and silver Seahawks joint. Yeah, I'm sure that's fire too. Sure it's cold. Big Gizmo say, Mac, we need Caleb and your boys to come through. Gotta have black QBs winning consecutive Super Bowls from now on. Man, let me tell you something right now, Gizmo. If the Chicago Bears win a Super Bowl this year, if we pull off the unthinkable, this city will erupt. I'm talking about I'm being for real, y'all. I was alive when the Bulls won, but I was a baby, man. I was 5 the last championship that the Bulls got. If the Bears win, like seeing how much unity the Bears, Chicago, we ain't been this like in sync, cohesively, like all together as a city. I ain't seen this for real, you know, since probably the time the Bears was in the Super Bowl. So yeah, like when the Bears are a great team, when they're good, this whole city buys in to the highest degree. Like I heard, like who is that? I'm trying to see what Hall of Famer that was that said they was in the press box. Former players were in the press box. We're in the suite, not the press box. They were in the suite, right? And they said they felt that the stadium was shaking when we played Green Bay. That's how explosive and loud it was. If the Bears win, oh my God. Man, you right. Do or die. Twist about to be out there. Common about to be out there. Jennifer Hudson gonna be singing. It's gonna be crazy. What? Like if the Bears win, I'ma lose my mind on here. Y'all gonna see me act a fool. Y'all gonna see me in rare form. If the Bears win the Super Bowl, if we pull that off somehow, some way, y'all gonna see me act a fool on here. Right. Chief Keef and Jennifer Hudson might do a collab if the Bears win. Said Bears or the New York Knicks. What you asking? Like I'm telling y'all, if the Bears beat the Rams, the energy is gonna be even louder in Chicago. If the Bears beat the Rams this weekend, what? Chicago folks ain't gonna know how to act. About both cities would be wild. Okay, I got you. Yeah. What? Shit. Don't let the Bears get to the Super Bowl. I'm telling y'all, man, everybody from Chicago, every celebrity from Chicago is going to be showing out. Lorenz Tate and them finna be at the game. Everybody finna, Wood Harris finna be at the game. Shit, Jim Belushi gonna be at the game. Everybody. Joseph Sikora that plays Tommy, he gonna be in the building. Said Mac is gonna be a great divisional round matchup between the Rams and your Bears. Yeah, man. I'm gonna say this Bears got to be very careful though. This is a team that can run up them numbers on you. Like I saw unfortunately, what the 49ers did to us, right? Like we were in a shootout with them. But they put up how many points they put up on us, right? Because the defense could not get a stop to save our life, right? It showed that we didn't have a pass rush because Brock Purdy, that was the longest he had to throw in the pocket all season because we don't really have a pass rush like that, right? And then with our DBs, they have to take the ball away in order to really be like super effective. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is not the usual Bears defense at all by any stretch of the imagination. Normally, it's always the other way around. The Bears defense is exemplary and the offense be questionable. This year, the offense is exceptional. And like the defense be like shaky. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna say this though, like you said, like Charlie X said, no lead is too big because I don't be knowing how the Bears be pulling this shit off. Like honestly, and that's for real. That's for real, cuz the city hasn't had this much positive energy in a minute. Like I promise y'all, this is positive energy all throughout the city. I ain't seen this in a while. Like literally every type of like the elders in the city is happy. They elated. Is it any Bears Super Bowl over 90s Bulls in Chicago? I mean, the Bears only Super Bowl that's 85. That's the only thing. I don't know. I wasn't alive to know if that meant more than had the Bulls was winning so much with Michael Jordan. They went on two three-peats. You know what I'm saying? And people can make an argument that if Mike hadn't retired, they might would have ran off 8 straight, which would have been crazy. At some point, David Stern would have said, okay, enough of this shit here. Enough of this. Michael Jordan, you got to have an injury. You got to have a season-ending injury so we can get somebody else to win. We need some parity up in here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the 85 Bears, if it surpassed the Bulls championships. I'm not sure. Charlie X say, IDK, I wasn't alive either, but my pops told me them Bulls teams were like guys. Let me tell you, I'm gonna have to get my dad on here. My dad talks about them Bulls teams, whereas like they were rock stars all the way. Like the Bulls, everybody would say when the Bulls played, a lot of crime stopped because everybody wanted to be in the house to watch Michael Jordan and the Bulls, Mike, Scotty, and the Bulls get down. You know, because it was just like I mean, I can imagine though, like when you got the greatest player in the world on your team, you got the greatest player in the world on your team, and you know, like, man, look, it's nothing that we can't do with this guy on the team. It's kind of hard for like it's kind of hard to not talk shit and not poke your chest out. It's kind of hard not to be proud. My dad said Bulls fans was talking so crazy during that era. They was talking so crazy because they knew they had the guy. So yeah, man, it was just like a legendary thing. That was a legendary team. And they were like rock stars. I even seen What's John Sally? John Sally talks about when playing for the Bulls for that year. And he say, yo, that was really like playing for the Bulls was really like being part of the Beatles. My bad, y'all. He really said, yo, playing for the Bulls is like being a part of the Beatles at that point. Talking Grub and Media said, I don't think the Bulls winning the Super Bowl would surpass the Bears winning the Super Bowl would surpass the 90s Bulls. They took Chicago on a ride. They gave the organization a lot of respectability and worldwide stars. Yes, because prior to that, Chicago had always been a basketball town. We always had hoopers come out of the city. We always had great hoopers come up out of here. But as far as a professional team, Michael Jordan gave the professional basketball is respect here. He cemented professional basketball. He made the Bulls a respectable, more than respectable organization. So yeah, like I said, we always had hoopers coming out of Chicago since well beyond Michael Jordan. But yeah. Hey, no, though, what somebody asked me who I got coming out of the AFC. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. It's either going to be the Bills or it's going to be the Patriots. So, well, it's either going to be Bills or the Patriots. I think it's going to be the Bills or the Patriots. Now, I know it's some Denver Bronco fans up in here, but I think it's going to be the Bills or the Patriots. Can't sleep on Houston either. Yeah, I mean, said Denver. I knew somebody goes to Denver, the Broncos for sure, but I think it's Bills or Patriots. If the Bears do get to the Super Bowl and win it, it would be one of the most major Cinderella stories since 2007 Giant. Absolutely. That's why I said if the Bears pull this off, Caleb Williams can eat for free for as long as he's alive. His kids can eat for free in Chicago. His kids can eat for free in Chicago. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Caleb Williams wins a Super Bowl here, he's immortalized. He's immortalized here. For real. Because we've had so much like despair as an organization. We've never had this super great quarterbacks for our team. Ben Johnson getting the statue, yes, 100%. Ben Johnson is like shit. He gonna go on the list as the 100 greatest Bears of all time. They will put Ben Johnson in the list. He ain't even playing on the field. He gonna get a statue here. If they win a Super Bowl, he's getting a statue. It's gonna be crazy. You know? If Caleb do it, you might see dudes painting their name. You might see it. You might see it, man. Hey. Winning is an influence on a lot of different things, man. You'd be surprised. So yeah, man. I seen not Cam Newton, Cameron and Mace giving Caleb Williams his props, because Cam was criticizing Caleb Williams for a while, but now he doing the Iceman celebration now, So that would be a great matchup to have great storylines. Two great young QBs, first year head coaches, both cities trying to win their first Super Bowl in a long time. Yeah, well, like you said, 2019? What was they won in 2019, 2018? When the last time the Patriots won? Was that 2018 or 2019? What year was that? Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. But I think the Patriots, considering like a lot of them maybe felt like, are we ever going to get back to that state of prominence after Tom Brady's departure? 2018. Okay, gotcha. A lot of them felt like this. Hey, are we going to get back to that state of prominence? And look, shit, if they go, It's like, man, say honestly, the Bills would be a great story. Two, Josh over there carrying that team. Yeah, that would definitely be a great story. You got a pregnant wife now. You know, when a wife be pregnant, it makes for great pictures. Everybody be like, oh my God, she looks so beautiful. So beautiful. He won the Super Bowl, holding the trophy, holding the Lombardi trophy, cradling her stomach. Oh man, people gonna eat that up. They gonna eat that right up all the way. He said Mike Vrabel is a former Patriot too, so he know the standard. Absolutely, absolutely. All I know is Soldier Field better be loud as hell this weekend. It better be loud, erupting. It's going to be loud though. It is. These fans too excited. The Chicago men will go and get their nails and feet done if the Bears win the Super Bowl. I'm not going to get it done, but you know, to each their own, to each his own. Said they should have brought Bill back to New England. That's his team in the playoffs. Bill got that young girl, man. He chasing that young girl around, man. She got that man popping more Viagra in Cialis than he ever imagined in his life. Bill out here, he on a high right now. He said, I'm getting this money from North Carolina. I got this young girl with me. She taking me on a ride. She taking Bill through there. Bill like, oh, I'm living good. I ain't got time to be stressing out about that no more. And Mike Vrabel is an example of the grass ain't always greener when you fire a coach. Titans let a good one go, but it just seems right it just seems right for Vrabel to be in New England. It does seem absolutely right. It seems poetic for him to be in New England. Seriously. Lorraine talking about, Bill loves using cameras. Oh, what? They getting busy at the crib. They say it's going to be like 10 degrees. Yeah, it is. It's going to be frigid on Sunday. It's going to be cold. So, we'll see how the Rams can adjust to that. Matt Stafford played in Detroit for a while. So, he's played in the cold. Devontae Adams been in Green Bay. He played in the cold, but not everybody is used to that. So, yeah. Said men should get their feet done regardless. Yeah, you can get your feet done for sure. I ain't putting no polish on my feet. Hey, I went to the lady to get my feet done. That should be tickling. I'll be ready. I'll be pulling my feet back a little bit. They be laughing at me. It be ticklish. Like, yo, this is my feet, bottom of my feet, sensitive as hell. It be they be looking at me like I'm childish up in that mob. That dude get his feet tickled. Yeah, man. It be ticklish. I be out. I know they be looking at me like, look at this grown man. He childish as hell. Look at him. Seriously though, man. I do. Man, it'd be hard for me to get through. Talking Grubby Media says, hey, James, what's going on, big dog? Talking Grubby Media says it'll be interesting to see how Vrabel does. He's following in some major footsteps. He is. He is, but he's doing well, man. Doing great. And he got a great quarterback over there, young quarterback with him. So he got the right guy going forth. He got the right pieces in place. So we'll see. Dallas won 3 Super Bowls playing cold teams in the playoffs. Miami is the only team that shook in the cold. Man, I don't know why I read your name is Edward O'Bannon. Ed O'Bannon. Edward O'Banner. The Steelers fired him. Stepping down / parting ways is themselves. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of people alluded to that. They probably encouraged him to step down. Told him to step down because it looks better to say, I left versus getting fired. I don't know. But Mike T will find another job. He'll find another job. He'll find another job somewhere for sure. But yeah. I don't know if Ben gonna get the coach of the year, truthfully. It might go to what's the name in San Francisco. What's his name, man? Golly. San Francisco coach. God, my name. I'm having a brain fart right now. But yeah, look at San Francisco been winning without. I mean, so many key contributors. Shanahan, there you go. Shanahan. Golly, Shanahan. They've been able to win, man. So many key contributors been missing, man. And they still been able to win. They probably go to Shanahan, man. Let me say this too, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to Seattle over there. Seattle over there be making stuff shake, man. What the hell? I know Minnesota looking silly, moving off Sam Darnold. I know they look silly, man. JJ McCarthy, JJ y'all guy. So I go with Vrabel. Yeah, you go with Vrabel. Said Bill left New England and couldn't find another job. I don't know. I think Bill couldn't find another job because he's stuck in them old ways. Stuck in them old ways, man. And them young dudes, they ain't gonna be trying to hear all that old school stuff, super old school. Some of them guys probably didn't want to hire an old coach. Now, considering me saying that, Pete Carroll was hired and then fired, but he was hired over there with the Raiders. And I ain't gonna lie, that shocked me. But yeah. Said Spygate and Tom Brady ain't there no more. Yeah, man. Bill was able to just plug and chug guys as long as Tom Brady was the quarterback, right? He always had a nice, solid defense. He had some great defenses and plug and chug whoever in there offensively because you had Tom Brady back under center. You know? Said what is going good for Bill in college, and his young girl is causing a lot of distractions. His young girl, his young girl, man, she causing some problems out there. AW1, what's going on, man? What's the word, boss? Said Raiders took a chance. They did, and it failed. You say it's not going good but yeah, they out there getting UNC getting railroaded, boy. They getting obliterated. Oh, I'm saying all that old school, like mean and grumpy, and I hate everybody and hate everything. I never smile. I don't know if that works well with certain young players, man. Right? Like it works well when, like for Nick Saban. I don't know how Saban is behind closed doors, but I don't know how Saban is behind closed doors. But like Nick Saban had the clout and cachet. Them boys played for him because they know one, we going to the NFL, we're going to win a national championship. We're going to contend for a national championship every year under him. They looking at Bill Belichick like, yo, we don't know how proven you are without Tom Brady. He hasn't been in college ranks like he was doing that in pro football. And it's like, I don't know. Do they take him serious with that young girlfriend he got? Or, yeah. They're all up in the locker room. You know them players hollering. Yeah. Come on now. Every time good coaches come on the market, my Jets already signed a mid-level, a mid-low level, a mid to low level tier coach. I'm sorry. I can't read. Goddamn, brother. Spit it out. I'm stumbling and bumbling over my words. Like, what's the boy name? Chris Berman. Whoops, 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 whoops. Stumbling and bumbling and rumbling. She's just there to change his diapers. That is crazy, Lorraine. She's there to change. How long will his girlfriend be there? Well, it depends on the diapers that he's wearing, but Bill having a time in his life. He's so happy he got that young girl, man. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. Was Bill Belichick married before this? He had to be, right? Was he married before this? And he got divorced or something? And now he got the young girl now? Depends on the diapers is a crazy, but yeah, it depends. Charlie X. In my past life, I was a rapper. I was a rapper in my past life. Yeah, Bill hates everybody was a funny line. He hate everybody. He do. Oh, he don't like nobody. Nobody can make him smile or laugh. All that old grumpy shit. Ain't nobody want to play for that now. Come on, I'm sorry. And people be like, that's what's wrong with you young kids. You don't know how to take discipline. You don't know how to take discipline at all. Hey man, nobody got time. Hey. Yeah, we want to be able to, we can take discipline. Coaches, college coaches holler and cuss out players. College football coaches holler and cuss out players more than any coaches I've ever seen. But it's like, we need balance, man. Head coach, come on, be a little fun sometime. Damn. Don't just have fun with your girlfriend all the time. You only have fun. You only smile when your young girl around. We don't, hey, nah. Smile when you're around your players too, goddammit. Come on now. That's all we say. That's all everybody's saying. Smile when you're around your players too, not just around her. Said Debbie was a fine little cougar too, though. Who that? Debbie, that's his wife. That was Belichick's wife. Let me see. Deborah Belichick. You said Debbie. That was his wife. Let me see. Bill Belichick wife. I'm gonna see what she looked like. Let me see. Well, they got this young girl with him. That's all they talking about. The young girl. Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft were hanging out with Deshaun Watson at massage parlors. Tom had time for Bill Mess. He left after that and won another ring. Bill might grow on you. Never know. I don't know. I'm hoping he does. I mean, But yeah, man, listen. I'm finna hop off this thing real quick. I gotta eat me some food, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna holler at y'all in a little minute. And we'll talk later. All right, y'all. Peace.